I feel as us as people, we tend to get anxious about not being able to fully understand something that, we're not able to analyze certain things about ourselves, others, or, certain situations the way we want to. But, you know, sometimes that could also mean that, we still have a ton of progression to do. We still have a lot more learning, a lot more trial and error to experience, and that's normal. That's completely normal. Um, and I think just the fact that we worry about it so much is because um, we don't know what the outcome will be. We're worrying too much about how things will turn out, how things will play out. But we have to realize that we we shape how things will turn out, and sometimes we don't. Things happen that are out of our control, but that's completely normal, and that's just life. And you know, I also think that the fact that we're anxious about these things is that it's just us wanting to be able to get to those things, and that we're curious to know how it will play out. Like I kind of just said, we may have a vision or perception of in our heads of what the outcome might be, but it's not always going to play out like that, because like I said, things come at you in life that are unexpected, and you as a human have to realize that life isn't going to always be handed to you, or sorry, not life, but opportunities and the way you want things aren't gonna pan out the way you want them to, because there's, for example, you're fighting for this job opportunity. You have an interview with your employer. You have you have good intentions about it, and you feel like you're gonna get the job, but it's a position that is highly um anticipated for. Other people are trying to go after it. Other people are trying to stand out as best as they can just to fulfill that position. And you know, you have to realize that you have to bring something to the table that um you know sets you apart from others. You have to realize that um you have to really have the attributes in order to show have that value in you. And so what I'm saying is that you can shape how you want things to go, and you can try as hard as you can, um but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get what you want. And that's just kind of the truth of it. And it's a hard truth, because there's been many things in my life where I've worked super hard. I felt like I deserved more, and I was angered by that fact. But I realized that, you know, maybe I do have more things to work on. And, no one as an individual, you should never think others are better than you, but you should just think of it as, you have more to figure out, more to learn, more to get better at, and more to work hard at. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're just stuck in the mindset that others are better than you, you're comparing yourself, like that's not gonna get you anywhere in life, because in reality, you know, no one's gonna care about, you know, what you did as a mistake when you die. Like 200 years from now, people aren't gonna remember, you know, who you were. And, unless you become some, you know, worldwide sensation, no one's gonna like remember you, right? It's just, so that just means basically to take advantage of all the opportunities you get, opportunities to grow, opportunities to progress, to learn, to hone your skills, to understand that life is should not be taken for granted, because life is truly a gift. And you know, life has so many wonders. And, you know, no matter what you're going through, always know that you should have hope. And, I'm living proof of that. There was, months on end where I had no hope. And not too long ago, like a month ago, I had no hope for to get better. And, that's kind of the reason why I haven't been posting that consistently. And I apologize on my half, but I just have a lot of figuring out to do, a lot of self improvement that I'm trying to, you know, take part in, and it just school. Um, but I know I keep saying I'm gonna keep posting consistently, or I want to, but it just things get in the way, and I apologize because I know, I have, my small group of audience that, I truly do appreciate you guys, but just, things get in the way, and I hope you guys understand. But anyways, back to, the topic. Um, since we can't predict what will happen in our lives, we have to develop a sense of patience. That's where the patience comes in. And that means we can't rush to the outcome or the desired result when we know we might not be ready for it mentally. You might not have the skills for it, so maybe physically, emotionally. Um, a personal example for me would be something like, um, you know, when I was younger, like in the eighth grade, eighth grade. So there was this girl that I was going out with, and I really wanted to be in a relationship with her, but at the same time, I didn't really know much about her, and that kind of led to um things that I didn't expect, and things backfired. Um, and it was definitely a mistake of mine because, like I said, I didn't get to fully know this girl, and I found out that she had actually was talking to another guy, and obviously this kind of like upset me, and I definitely was kind of broken for a little bit, but it just I don't know it wasn't really much. It wasn't really much of a relationship. It was more of a situationship, I should say, because I don't know, things were weird. I never really got to see her. Her parents were kind of on edge about the whole thing, and it just I don't know. It didn't really work out that well, I guess. But I was at the point in my life where I was just kind of at that stage where I just was in my like lover boy phase. You know, uh, I just wanted to have a girlfriend, just to say I have a girlfriend, and I really didn't know you know what. Sorry, guys, and I really didn't know what um I didn't really know what I wanted. I didn't really have any standards or expectations for anything. I just kind of like was closed minded. I didn't really think much into it. But that was because I was young. I was immature, and I'm you know I'm fine with saying that. I'm not ashamed to say that because it's true. At the time I'd be trying to get with all these certain girls at the time. Not to say that I had like a roster, like I was like trying to be a player or some shit like that, but it was like I was kind of just like testing the waters, as you will. Like what I mean by that is like I was kind of just like I don't know. I was just like I was just trying to meet new people, and I was trying to understand what it meant to be in a relationship, obviously, but I obviously didn't um like I wasn't obviously ready for it. I don't think I was yeah, I was young, I was dumb, so it was just like I said, me being immature. But anyways, um, you know, this girl that that I was talking about, I just realized that she just didn't want to be with me because obviously she was with fooling around with this other guy, and yeah, it kind of hurt, but it just, since it wasn't that serious, it just, yeah, it was just kind of like, okay, that happened, but it's whatever. But just always remember that you know you got to take time for yourself. um Nobody is rushing you to get into that relationship. No one is rushing you to be sure about who you are. Like, when I say that, I mean, like, nobody's rushing you to have it all figured out. Nobody's rushing you, um, to be that successful person. It all takes progress and hard work. And hard work takes, you know, years. And, you know, as much as you want to reach that state of, success, as much as you want to, be able to achieve something, to be able to withhold something, um, you have to know that the progress to getting there, matters the most. And, you know, I think that a lot of us get conflicted with the idea that, you know, since we, can't have that right away, we can't obtain something the way we want to, like, you know, it discourages us. It discourages us. We question things about ourselves, and sometimes we doubt whether or not we can actually achieve it. But you have to have that hope, you have to have that faith in yourself that you can push through and, work hard. And, you have to be as hungry, you have to have that hunger in you. That hunger in you, you have to want it more than anybody else if you really want what you want. So, you know, allow yourself to figure out what is right for you, and, not what is right for someone else. Once you start trying to figure out everything at once, you'll start to lose your mind. And believe you me, I've been in that situation, and it sucks. It sucks because you have all these mixed emotions and you're just overthinking, and it it's not good. And so, that being said, just allow yourself to nurture your values and find out who you really are to yourself. And this will take its time, but know that it's the process that counts. Like I said earlier, that is important, because you're constantly trying to become better and better, both mentally and emotionally. You try to become stronger in those aspects, but at the same time, you're also learning, and take the time to learn things about yourself. you know um and it's okay to make mistakes. Being so on your case about making mistakes is pointless, because you should always use that as an opportunity to learn about yourself, to get better. And you know just know that life isn't always what it seems. you know Life isn't just you know uh you're always down in the dumps. You're not going to be able to achieve this because of who you are at this moment. Just like I said, it's a progression in getting there. So that leads us to our quote. This is a quote by me. All right, so the ability to have patience may seem impossible at times of desperation, but always stop and think about what's there to gain, and how being patient and taking time to develop both mentally, emotionally, um, is key, while, also thinking about the physical part of it too. Sorry, I made an error in my thing. I said develop both mentally. I meant to say both mentally and emotionally, but I also meant to say, to develop physically. Sorry, the video cut out again, but I was saying, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next upload, and I'll see you guys the next time. Yeah, peace.